Hello guys, so today I'm going to do another video in the rapid rating climb. Let's just get right into a 10-minute game. I'm playing with the white pieces, so I play d4, and then I play c4, and this is the queen's gambit, but whatever he's doing, this is just the queen's pawn opening, or its defense, I guess. I'm just going to move my knight. I'm going to develop my bishop, my other knight, and push this pawn to make a pawn chain here. So easy developing moves. I'm going to do this, pin the knight to the queen. Okay, he fianchettos his bishop. I'm going to move my other knight just to make sure that this pawn is defended. Okay, he castles. This is just simple opening moves. I'm going to push this pawn, creating this pawn wall, solidifying the position. There's a few things I could do here. I could take the knight, or I can move back. I think I'm going to move back here. Taking the knight just develops his queen. Okay, he's going to attack my bishop once more. Then I'm just going to move back again. He could try to come all the way down here, and I might push this pawn. Okay, he moves his knight to attack my bishop, which I'm fine with. I'm just going to move my bishop here, pointing it at his king, so maybe I can do a kingside attack soon. Okay, he takes my bishop, so I'm going to take back with my pawn, activating my rook down the h file. And then what I'm going to play now is queen c2, so I can have this file pointing towards his king and maybe get in there with my rook and my bishop and my queen. And then maybe I'll actually develop my knight soon as well and sack it maybe. Okay, he pushes this pawn. There's a few things I could do here. I could move my knight a little closer. I could castle long, because if I castle short here, then my rook's not going to have an open file anymore. So I don't want to castle kingside, so I think I'm just going to castle queenside and get my king off the center of the board. I just got to make sure not to lose this pawn if I ever move my knight. So I got to be looking for that if he moves his queen any time to like one of these squares. So he pushes this pawn, I guess gaining space on my queen side. Let's see here. I'm thinking of pushing this pawn maybe a little bit. Gain some space here. I could move my rook, or I could push my rook up here and develop my rook like this, which I'm actually going to do. If he decides to put his queen over on this square, because it's going to be hard for him to get his bishop to attack my rook, then I'll just slide my other rook over to defend this rook. Okay, that's what he does. I'm going to defend this rook, and I feel like this kingside attack is going pretty well. I'm pointing a lot of my pieces at his king. I just need to get my knights a little closer, which I could do with like a sack or something. Okay, he pushes his pawn. This stops my bishop and queen battery from getting the diagonal. I could just push this pawn and challenge this pawn. If he pushes the pawn, then I could take back with this and unstack my doubled up pawns. And then I could push this and then still have this file. Okay, he develops his knight. Attacking this, my knight's only defending it once. He's attacking it twice, so I could defend it. But I don't think I need to defend it, so I'm just going to take this pawn. And he's probably going to take back. And then here I can't take with the bishop because he is defending it twice and I'm attacking it twice. I think that's how it works. Because if I take, he'll take back. I'll take with my queen, and then he takes with his rook, and he's winning a knight and a queen for a bishop, so that would be good for him. I could push this pawn, no longer having the threat on this, which looks pretty strong, and then we'll have to move his knight over here, and then it's going to kick my queen off of this square, so I don't think I want that. I could push this pawn, so I could get this diagonal back, which I think I'm going to do, and then now if I take it, then he takes back, I take back, he takes with the rook, and then my queen has a really dominant space, and I'm gaining material. We'll see what he plays here. My elo is a little higher than when I did this last. I guess I played a bit on this account. Get it a little higher. Okay, he takes with the pawn. Opening up this file once again. I am thinking about, like, I don't know. I need to move, first of all, I need to move this knight off of this square. So I could go here and here. I could move here and then here. I could move, where else? Here. Here's good, but it does take 2 moves where he can like start developing his rooks and his bishop and maybe even his queen a little better. So I'm thinking of going here, check, he moves his king here, I take with the rook, he takes with his bishop, I have my rook here, and then my pieces are just flooding his king side. But I don't know if that would work because he could slide his bishop over. So what I'm going to play is probably just go here and here. I think that's going to be the play here. Because here, if I move here, I can't really attack his pawn. So I'm just going to go here. And then maybe take this pawn, sack it, and then get some pieces over on his king side. This knight isn't very developed either, so I could also push this knight too. Like, this square seems really dominant, stacking this pawn. It's covering some good squares on his king side. Okay, he takes this pawn. I'm not too worried about that right now. But it is stopping this knight from moving because of this pin. So it is kind of annoying. I'm going to move my knight here. Just push my pieces towards his king. But he is up in material, so hopefully this attack works. Right now these rooks aren't really in the game. So if I were to sack it, then that could activate this rook at least. Okay, he takes my pawn. Trying to think here. So he's attacking my queen. I could move my queen here, but and then once he moves his knight, he can take my queen. So I can't move it there. I can move my queen back and attack this pawn. Maybe like bring my knight here or something. This is actually a pretty tricky position. I could just take here and accept that he's going to take my queen and I take his queen, which actually looks pretty strong. I think I'm going to do that. Now he's still +2, but he's going to take my queen. I'm going to take his queen, and then I'm also attacking his bishop, where, well, he's not really attacking anything. He is threatening, I don't know, these squares, but he's not really attacking anything, but I am attacking his bishop, so I could trade that and then get my rooks in the game. Okay, he attacks my knight. Trying to think, I could check him and then move my queen like that, which actually looks pretty strong. We're going to check. Then move my queen all the way over here. This knight is under attack, but if I can do this good enough, I don't think I'll need to worry about it. I'm going to play here. If he takes my knight, then hopefully I'll be able to capitalize on that and maybe move my knight into the game. What I hope is to get my rooks into the game. But I don't want to move this rook because then it would be worthless to have my rook here, but I might just want to do that. Okay, here. Okay, so he is attacking this pawn. So I need to be looking for that. So I can't really move my knight. I can still move my rook over. So I think I'm going to do this. This rook is just staring at 2 pawns. It's not really doing much, which stinks. I thought I would have something on this file, but his bishop has just been so annoying on the square defending this. And I could have sacked earlier, but the problem is if he would have been able to defend, I would have been down like 8 points in material. So that would have been terrible. So I'm threatening mate in 1 right now because my queen's defending my rook and his king has nowhere to go. So he's going to probably defend that somehow. He might move his bishop over, which would be really strong for him. He moves it over to attack my queen. This opens this file, so no longer is this mate. Trying to think what the best plan of action here is. So I don't think I can really save my queen, which is not good. I might have to sack it here or something, I don't know. So we might take here, or we could take here. I'm gonna take here. I'm down so much material. So what I'm gonna have to do is take back here and then just get my rooks attacking his king as much as possible. That's probably going to be the only way, but I think I'm going to lose this game. So he checks my king. I'm going to have to move it. I don't see any checkmate threats for him. I guess he can move his knight here. Okay, so he takes my bishop. Oh, this is blocking this file. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I might be dead. I'll try to move here and here, but I think this game might be over. So, I think a big problem in this game is just having my rooks just staring at the pawn that was right here. I didn't have him developed, which caused him to be able to have a counterattack. Well, I couldn't really attack his king that well. So he started gaining material when I started like kind of sacking things. So it wasn't great. We're going to go here and hopefully fork here. So my hope is that I fork his king and queen. He moves over here, and then I sack his king and rook. Okay, that's not going to work anymore. We could check here. I think I'm probably going to do that. We could check here and then take his bishop. Or I could take his bishop first, and then he'll probably move his king, so this won't be a check. I'm going to do here. Okay, he comes over here attacking my rook. I could take his bishop here. I think I'll do that. But I still don't think this attack's going to work. He's going to come here, and then I'm not really going to be able to defend that well. Yeah, I think I'm just dead. I'm just going to resign. So that was a good game. Even though I lost, it was still... Oh my goodness, I lost 22 elo. Wow. I guess I just haven't played on this account that much. Let's review this game real quick. Okay. So it started with the queen's pawn opening. He did this. I haven't really played against this. I haven't remembered playing against this, so I just developed all my pieces, like developed my minor pieces as quickly as possible. Move my pawn so I can develop my bishop. So what I could have done here is taken, and I think that would have caused a different course in this game. But I decided to pull it back, which I don't know. Was that the best move? Here, yes, it was the best move. The next best move is pulling it back that way, and then taking is the third best move, but it makes black ahead in the game. So I did do the best move here. I was kind of shaky about that, but I have a good setup here. So he attacks it once more. Here was the best move, which actually seems so good. If I could have gotten this bishop off of that G7 square, it would have been so much easier for me to attack him. So I moved my bishop back that way, which was a slight mistake, but still not terrible. He moved my knight here. I guess I'm supposed to play bishop d3, which is exactly what I did, taking this file, and then I moved my queen here to get battery on this file, which was good for me. And here he takes. I take back and develop my rook on this file. He pushes the pawn, just gets a square for his rook. Knight to develop. I move my queen here, setting up this battery. Pushes the pawn. I castle. Now my king's pretty safe right here. I'm ahead a lot. I push this rook here, thinking that if I moved my rook here, then I would be able to break through on this side. But this pawn just stayed here for the entire game. And then I just kept trying to attack him. I pushed this pawn to try to break through his pawns right here. So I try to do that, and I am kind of successful in doing that. But once he pushed my knight back here, things started falling apart because my pieces are now all the way over here. Like my two knights aren't even like attacking his king at all. So once he did that, like I have my two knights not attacking him. Yes, I do have this, but my rooks are just staring at a pawn, so I'm not really attacking him that much, and then he's just able to capitalize on that. So apparently the move here is to check first. Oh, I should have done that. Because here, and then he moves his king over here, and then now I can take here, because if he takes, so if I go here, and then he takes back, and then I play here, then I just win his queen, and there's probably a checkmate here too, but I just win his queen, and then I'm able to just absolutely destroy him over here. So yeah, if I would have seen that, I should have definitely seen that, because here, since he kicked the knight back, I shouldn't have moved it back here. I should have looked for a check, and then he would have moved, and then I could have moved here, which if he takes, I should have seen that, because when you're able to check, it's not really going to hurt you unless you lose material to check, so that wasn't great. I'm not really happy about that, but that's okay. We all have these games sometimes. So yeah, pretty solid game here. And then he just started counterattacking over on my king side over here. And then after he did that, I wasn't really able to attack his king that well. So he was just able to get a material advantage and then just attack my king a bunch. And I didn't have enough pieces over on his king side to threat anything. So that was a good game though. I did learn something there, that if you have a check, just definitely check, because things might open up for you. And it just kind of makes you know that you know where his king's going to move, so you can start planning before they move. So yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Bye.